All right, y'all. So we are back now with the sports section, and I always talk about this team whenever we are talking about the sports section, especially with this season, because I always try to support the local teams. But it's hard not to talk about them because they've just been dominating the second half of the season. I'm talking about the Nashville Preds, which they just now hit their certain amount of points to get in the playoffs. So we will see them in the playoffs this year. I'm very excited to see who the matchup is going to be. They have not released the schedule yet, but I'll be sure to let y'all know who it's going to be because, of course, we're going to talk about it for the rest of this season. And we gotta follow how they're doing. I mean, it's inevitable. Every time they do make it in the playoffs, it's always something exciting to watch. If you have not watched hockey, it's not for the faint of heart, but it is always something cool to see. Every game, or every team has a different feel to them. Every game, especially if you go to see it live, it's electric. The fans are unbelievably loyal. The crowd, the noise, the pace of the game. It's definitely something to behold if you have never watched a hockey game. And if your team is good, you've got to come out and support them. If you've never watched the Preds live or on TV, you need to start tuning in. They're doing their fan appreciation night tonight. I'm filming this on Saturday, so they're doing the fan appreciation night tonight. I'm going to be tuning in their game that starts at 7 p.m. But yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. I had to talk about the Preds. It's rumored that they are maybe going to be playing the Canucks for the first round of the playoffs. So I'll keep y'all tuned in with that, but keep your eyes open too with that because it's going to be an incredible matchup, whoever it is. And if I can hopefully go to any of those games, because sometimes their tickets aren't terrible when it comes to their home games. I think their first game is going to be home when it comes to the playoffs. So tune in. Keep your eyes open. Vivid Seats also usually has cheaper tickets when it comes to StubHub, Ticketmaster, any of those ones that you may buy on, for what I've seen. And you also get a free ticket once you buy 10. So not an ambassador for Vivid Seats or anything, but that's usually the one that I go with if you are looking for them. I did see that they were right now about $50 when it comes to the tickets for the first round. So the Preds are the team that we're talking about this week. Second thing I got to talk about is not necessarily a sport, but we got to talk about Tiger Woods. So right now, he's playing in the Masters. And if you've never watched the Masters, it's one of those famous tournaments throughout the season when it comes to golf. Golfers know every year, hey, you got to tune into the Masters every time it is on. It's just an unbelievable experience. I play golf with my dad. That's how I bond with my dad. So it's always a special time for me to watch the Masters or any of the PGA tournaments throughout the year. But just knowing the money at stake and the rank that you'll get if you do win the Masters and the green jacket and all of that, we got to go back to Tiger and the fact that he's playing in this and, his history and, the fact that he got in that wreck and that he's playing still through that, just getting unbelievable scores. And I know that today he was struggling, but we got to give greatness its cred. And as I always say, whenever Tiger does, stop playing, say maybe in the PGA Tour or, when his son officially becomes the face of golf, man, we're gonna realize how sad it is when we don't get to see Tiger, every weekend or every, amount of times that he does play. So we gotta once again appreciate greatness while it's here. And Tiger, we're always rooting for you. So that's my second thing that I had to talk about was not necessarily an event, not necessarily a sport, but we had to talk about Tiger Woods. So just got to give him his cred. That's the end of this episode. We talked about entertainment. We talked a little bit about sports. And I'm actually using a brand new arm stand once again for my mic. I think it sounds pretty good. And I'm going back once again to my 35 millimeter lens with my professional camera. So I'm trying to get the video and quality as best as I possibly can for you all, because that's key. If you don't have audio, video, and content, the top three for podcasts, it's going to be hard to sustain that audience. So thank you all once again. I will let y'all know what we will be doing next episode. There will more than likely be a guest speaker again. It won't be a solo episode. But yeah, that's it. And I hope you all have a good rest of your day. And hopefully you get to spend a little bit of that time with your friends and your family. And we will see you next week or the week after that. So I will let you know too about that Twitch stream that will be airing for free when it comes to Kina Bridge of Spirits. We'll see y'all later, though. I love y'all. Peace out.